Right, well here we are again, and welcome to episode 10 of Keep the Flame Burning here on channel KFTB or even KTFB. Now you may, Flamers, have noticed something slightly different about me. If you recall, last week I received an offer after an early episode of Keep the Flame Burning from the Managing Director of the Glasgow Hair Loss Clinic, kindly offering me the use of some of that fine company's products. So I gave them a call just yesterday and spoke to the Managing Director herself, and she offered me a couple of products. The first was the Elvis glasses and sideburns, in order to divert one's attention from the Baldy napper. So she said, would you like to try that? I said, And here they are. I'll keep them on for a minute or two, and you can decide for yourself whether or not it is in fact diverting your attention from El Cromo Domo. Whilst on to her, I inquired about other products, and she said that she would be prepared to let me try the 1970s Tom Jones curly perm. That's the 1970s Tom Jones curly perm, which she described as the company's bestseller. When I expressed surprise at that, she said, well, it's not unusual. Okay, more where that came from. A bear walks into a restaurant, sits down at the table, and the waiter... Oh, wait a minute. I'll take these off just now, and forgive me. You may have noticed that I am quite partial to the products bearing the name, and I don't think I'm permitted to say it, but the company in question is the opposite of the South Face. Quite partial to their products, so to any sales executives representing the company, the opposite of which is the South Face, then feel free to send me any further products. That's the company, the opposite of which, South Face. No. I've worn many of their garments, quite partial to them, and would be happy to do so again on Keep the Flame Burning. Now, with the same in mind, single malt, Isla, just saying. And finally as well, one can but hope. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Bear walks into the restaurant, goes to the table, sits down, the waiter comes up, and the waiter says, yes sir, what can I get you? And the bear thinks for a moment and says, I'll have the grilled salmon. And the waiter says, well, why the big pause? And the bear says, 'cause I'm a bear. Anyway, my thanks to Mr. Malcolm McPhee for that joke. Flaming shout outs to Mrs. Kilbride and Miss Bain of the art department for the great work that they are doing. Remember, yesterday I publicised on their behalf the Getty Museum Challenge, where you choose your favourite artwork or painting, look one up, research it, find 3 things lying around your house and recreate that artwork with those items. That's the Twitter handle there. You can find out more details there, and of course send in any other details, any other artwork that you might have. There is the hashtag. It is of course Bella Celebrates Art at Art Celebrate. So well done to both of them. Now another shout out, and this represents I think the 4th shout out that will be going to a member of the Bella Health and Wellbeing faculty, and this time it's to Mrs. McConnell for her Super Scrimpers recipe booklet, originally for use with pupils leaving school to go to college or university, but with lots of great recipes for you to try. Now, I've looked at some of the recipes within this booklet from the point of view of their suitability in the Boss It with Baldy fitness and dietary programme, and I'm pleased to say that many of these recipes and many of the subsequent meals would fit very well. For example, Flamers, vegetable soup is one of the first recipes. Now, if you think about the potato required for that, that could be the old shot put or shot potato. The carrot could be a bit of fencing, carrot fencing, not quite an Olympic sport, but watch out for it. Cheese and onion flan, a discus, if you think about it. And then another recipe is for Yorkie sausages with gravy. If you keep the sausages still in their links and in a string of at least 8 to 12, a bit of skipping there, Flamers, think about it. Cheap bacon double cheeseburger, well, that's the classic bicep curls and pineapple upside down cake with the pineapple rings. Take the carrot, place the carrot strategically, and you could use the pineapple rings as quoits, I think they call it. Can you get your pineapple ring over the carrot? Another Olympic sport of the future. So we'll try and put a link to that booklet on the website and on the school app, but well done, and a big flaming shout out to Mrs McConnell. To Mrs Love as well of Maths, who emailed me to say that her son wants to start a gaming blog, and I think that's an excellent idea, and you can listen out for a reference to that later on. We come to PC Kevin's Crackers, but we knew that, and Kevin was telling me about a sudden increase, Flamers, in crime in multi-storey car parks, an increase in crime in multi-storey car parks, and we both agreed that that's just wrong on so many levels. So thank you to Kevin for that. In actual fact, I think that's more to do with Tim Vine. Tim Vine, boys and girls. Okay, a Joe Wicks update. It looks, Flamers, stay-at-hamers, as if Joe might be on for a visit from Dance Half the start of next week. I don't want to get my hopes up, and I'm sure you don't either, but Joe Wicks may well be making an appearance in this very studio at the start of next week. Okay, that brings me to a serious point. So we're coming to the end, Flamers, of the second week, not only of these episodes, but also of these strange new circumstances which we are living through at the moment. So I suppose in many ways we're still all finding our feet here, but we will get through this, and we will get through it together. I want to do a final flaming shout out to those who are helping to keep our education system up and running at the moment. So to my fellow Headies, to janitors, support staff, teachers including faculty heads, principal teachers, members of senior management teams, senior leadership teams up and down the country, office staff, catering staff, staff working indeed for our local authorities such as quality improvement officers, heads of service, directors of education, those in HR and so on. This flaming shout outs for you all, and keep that flame burning. Now, for many of us, this would have been the last day, Flamers, of school before the spring break, but Keep the Flame Burning will broadcast once or twice a week over the next fortnight, and watch out for what I hope will be a Joe Wicks special. So remember, do some schoolwork, but don't overdo it. Wash your hands regularly in soap and hot water. If you cough or sneeze, do so into a tissue, bless me, and then bin it. If you don't have a tissue, bless me again, then do it into the crook of your elbow, and then bin your elbow. Finally, Flamers, stay-at-hamers, complainers and gamers, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay hame. That's us. And remember to have a very good spring break and Easter holiday.